Hello, students. So today we have talked a little bit about one of our main characters. Our story has two main characters. Could you think of what their names are? I think Destiny is one of her names. And who is our other main character? Could it be Mrs. Wade? I think it is. Today we dug deeper into the story to understand one of our main characters, which is Destiny. So what she says and what she does give us clues to her feelings, traits, and motivations. So you all copied this chart onto your notebook, and together in class we worked on filling it out. So today we're going to go over what some of your answers for the chart were so that you can have and review it at home. So what are a character's feelings? A character's feelings are emotions that the character has. So can you mention some of the feelings that you know? I could think of a few. I could think of happiness. I could think of sadness. I could think of excitement. I could think of pride. I could think of being scared. Ooh, so now let's see what some of Destiny's feelings were. And we're going to start by having a look at page 92 of the story. I'd imagine I was a famous author reading to a room full of people. How would you feel if you were imagining you're a famous author? If you were imagining that you have grown up to be the person you want to be? I think she would be excited and proud. Let's see what your answers were. That's exactly what some of you said. You said her feelings were of excitement and pride. So now let's look at page 97. When I got home, I told Mama and Daddy about Mrs. Waite's store. I cried so hard I didn't think I would ever stop. When you cry, normally how do you feel? Do you feel proud? Or do you normally feel sad and that's why you cry? Let's see what some of you said. You said Destiny was feeling sad and that she was feeling worried, and that is very true because she didn't know what would happen to her favorite place, Mrs. Waite's bookstore. Now, let's look at a character's traits. So what are a character's traits? Traits are qualities that people have, such as kindness. So let's look at page 89 to see what some of Destiny's traits are. Whatever word my finger landed on was our word for the day. Mrs. Wade always helped me with words I didn't understand. We sounded out each word and picked it apart like a puzzle until I knew all there was to know about the word. So what do you think some of Destiny's traits are? Do you think she's very intelligent because she wants to learn it all? Let's see what some of you had to say. You said she was curious, and that is right because she always wanted to learn more. She was very curious about words and their meanings and how to use them. She was also very intelligent because she wanted to keep learning. And she looked for any way that she could keep learning. So she would read, she would write, and especially in this part we can see that she wanted to read all of the words in the dictionary. So now let's look at page 91 to see what traits we can observe in Destiny there. I watered the plants and fluffed the big comfy pillow there where people could curl up and read on the floor. So what traits can we observe in Destiny reading this sentence? Let's see what some of you had to say. You said she was a hard worker, that she was helpful, and that she had a good heart, which is very true. She had a good heart because she helped Mrs. Wade because she wanted to. She was very helpful with the things that she was doing around the store. She was definitely a hard worker because she would do this every time she was there. And now let's go to our last part, which is the motivations. So what are a character's motivations? Motivations are the reasons for people's actions. So now let's look at page 98 and see what the motivations behind Destiny's actions were there. On Sunday, we made signs that said, "Save our store." So what are the motivations behind making signs? I think that's pretty obvious. She wants to save the store. So let's see what some of you had to say. You said to save the store. And you were right. Now let's look at page 104 to see what the motivation behind Destiny's action is there. I wrote down everything I loved about Mrs. Wade's store, from the sound of the wind chimes hanging on the door to the smell of the brand new books and Mrs. Wade's peppermint tea. Now, let's think back. She was writing this for a reason. She was writing this for something. Could she have been writing this for her dad? That doesn't sound right. Let's see what some of you had to say. You said she wanted to give Mrs. Wade a very special present. And she wanted to make Mrs. Wade feel loved, which is very true. The reason she was writing this story is to give to Mrs. Wade as a present, but not just any present. It had to be a special present. And of course, getting this present made Mrs. Wade feel loved. Please, if you would like, if you didn't have a chance to finish in class, look at this chart and copy everything that you can on your notebook to make sure that you have it all down. I will see you next class.